she wants to be taught, and you have to be there for your children also. You are the head of this family, man. Christ knew what he was supposed to do. It's time for us, brethren, to wake up to find out what we're supposed to do. And when we know what we're supposed to do, our wife and children all will fall in order once we get ourselves first in order. So like he said, for we are members of the body of his flesh and of his bones. Your wife is of your flesh. We all of Christ's flesh. So therefore, treat your wife the way you want Christ to treat you. We all seek in the kingdom of heaven. And I hope we all seek in the kingdom of heaven. So if we all seek in the kingdom of heaven, you don't want Christ to treat you in some of the ways that we've been treating these women and talking down to these women out here on a daily basis. Read on.
Verse 31. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh.
Here's another common problem that relationships have. Well, my mother said this, or my father said that. It's both ways. This is back both ways. Wives, well, my mama told me not to fix no man plate. And your mom's off.
Okay.
You know, it's a duty. A wife is supposed to fix the meal for her husband. Husband's supposed to go out and till the ground and bring the food home for the family. Fix that man a plate. It's not a harsh thing. But the way society is, or the way girlfriends and all these family members are these days, they try to tell you what you should and shouldn't do in a relationship instead of you listening to what the father tells you to do. You to submit unto your husband. Y'all are both to leave and come together. And no matter what your father says, what his father says, or mother, or vice versa, whatever your husband says, that's what you do. Y'all please each other. Y'all are one flesh. If your mother don't like your wife, so be it. You still honor your mother. But your wife is your wife. Your wife is your flesh. Women, if your mother don't like your husband, she just don't like your husband. You still honor your mother. But your husband is your husband. Y'all are one flesh. So whatever your rules in your household is, that's the rules of your household. And your mother cannot tell you how to dictate your household according to what your husband has already laid down. You cleave to each other and you become one flesh. Read on.
This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband.
So again, it's just summarizing the whole thing. Husbands, love your wives. Love your wives as Christ loved the church. And wives, submit unto your husband and reference your husband. If you have questions, don't go to this brother and that brother for the questions. Go into your husband. Your husband, husbands, you need to be seeking the Most High. Because these women, they have great questions, man. And brothers, if you're not trying to be the priest that you're supposed to be, or come up on the level that you're supposed to come up on and be a servant of the Most High, what are you doing to your wife? What are you doing to your family? So if you want your woman to reference you, you have to have some knowledge. You have to go to these scriptures and meditate in to get the understanding of the Most High in Christ. And if your woman asks you a question and you don't know the answer to it, find a brother that's a learned man that you know is knowledgeable in the scriptures and get him to guide you in where to find the answer. And seek it out. Because we have to raise these families up. It is our job as men to be and to love our families as Christ loved the church. And we have to start doing that. Before we can point the fingers, like a lot of us like to do with Esau and a whole lot of other issues, Israel, us men, we got to point our fingers at ourselves first. It is us not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of God that has everything in this earth out of order right now. Because we ain't doing what we're supposed to do as the men of the Most High in Christ. It is a light thing to be a servant of the Most High. So brothers, it's time for us to raise up as the men of the Most High, men of the Lord, and do what we're supposed to do as brethren. And then all the other stuff will fall in line, brother. Once your wife see that light in you, she won't have no problem submitting herself unto you. But as long as she see you in darkness, she's going to have problems submitting unto you. So brothers, get that light within you. You seek the word. Get that light, and your wives will fall in subjection. They will submit. But it's hard to submit to Satan. And that's what a lot of these women are refusing to do. But now you women that do have a righteous husband that's seeking, and he's trying the best that he can, and if you still not want to submit, then get behind me, Satan. You need to check yourself. Because if you have a righteous man and you still don't want to submit, that's a problem within you. And you need to find out and get them demons out of you. And that's all I have on that today, sir. You have anything?
Well spoken, sir.
Just a short little clip, just, because I know it's a common problem that we have. And so with that, I'm going to say shalom.